Welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen James, the free Rangers news channel, guys. Please obviously smash that sub and help us to keep on growing. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Okay, so there appears to be big changes afoot this summer at Ibrox. No, that's not a rumour. That's not what we all think. That's not an opinion. That is a blatant fact. And why is that a blatant fact? Owen, why do you know that that is a fact? Well, Phillipe Clement himself has said that today, that there will be big changes, there will be a rebuild, and the foundations of this squad are not good enough to compete at intensity for 3 games a week and bring success to Ibrox. Wow, clear message from the manager. Has the anger finally pushed him over the edge? Has that performance the other night, where he said himself he had to get angry to get the best out of the players, finally hit home that there are a lot of what I would call underperforming players in this squad who do not deserve to wear that jersey anymore? So what's he said? What's the facts? What's opinion? Okay, so let's deal with some facts now. Fact is that Phillipe Clement has said today that Rangers need a big rebuild. That was what was said in his press conference today. He said we need a big rebuild. Clean, positive fact there. And he then backed that up by saying there is a will within the club to bring about the necessary changes. Now, this is a massive lift for Rangers fans. You know, I know, and speaking for me personally, I'm sure I speak for some of you as well, one of the biggest worries we had as a fan base, as a fan group, was that there was worries about our board, worries about the board having the stomach of the ability to back our manager, back our director of recruitment, back our director of football, to bring in players, to make changes on and off the field, to get this team back to where it belongs, above that lot from across the city. And I am calling them that lot. I know some people don't like it, but tough. You know, we are aiming to be ahead of Celtic. We are the biggest club in Glasgow, and we are the biggest club in Scotland. We are the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in Britain. We are one of the biggest clubs in Europe, and we need to get back to that status. And Phillipe Clement wants to deliver that. Now, the news, obviously, that there is that will within the club to deliver that is very good news, because I'm sure we all had doubts of a Bennett, Bisgrove, Robertson, Halstead, etc., that they would have the finance or the ability to back our manager, back our director of football recruitment, Niels Coppen, to bring in the necessary players, to make the necessary changes to this squad, to develop it, to make it fully competitive and able to fight on a number of fronts next season. Now, it does seem slightly crazy, doesn't it, that we could be coming out of this season with 2 cups, the League Cup and the Scottish Cup, and we term this season as a disaster. Some people do, some people don't. You know, some people say it's a success, others say it's not a success. Personally, for me, even if we win 2 cups this season, that's not a successful season for Rangers. Why? Because we haven't won the league. At the end of the day, we need to win league titles. That's what it's about. Stopping them from getting equal with us, stopping them from winning titles. We need to be taking that title. We need to be putting our dominance. And this, as much as it's going to pain me to say it, the best team wins the league. The best team does not win the cups. Anyone can win cups. You know, you could look down south, look at some of the teams that have won cups in the past, Wigan, Leicester, etc. The best teams win leagues because they maintain an excellent performance over a period of games, and that's why we need to be back winning this league. Now, Clement also said today that he believed that the foundations of this Rangers squad are not good enough to play at a high intensity for 3 games a week. That's one of, not the only, that's one of the many reasons for so many injuries. So he believes that the fact that this squad has not got the ability, nor the fitness, nor the strength and conditioning in place to be able to compete in the league, in the cup, in Europe over an elongated period of a season. And obviously that's something that he does want to address. He wants to bring in an excellence, a fitness, a quality of that player that can build a foundational situation for the future to really push this squad on. And it's quite reassuring that he wants to put foundations in place. Now, look, if you're going to build a building, you build a new build, you build whatever you want to. It is only as stable as the foundations. If you built a building with no foundations, it will wobble and eventually topple and fall. And it's good that Clement wants to build a strong, firm foundation with this squad, with this club, to have something to really develop on, to enable us to go season to season to season and be successful in all the competitions we play in, whether that's in Europe, whether that's at home in the cups, whether that's overtaking and beating Celtic in the league. Now, Clement also backed this up by saying that, you know, come August, we'll have 9 games in the month of August with the Champions League qualifiers and, of course, 5 domestic fixtures. So it will be an intensive period for the club, and we need already there a big, strong squad that have players of equal talent and ability to be able to compete and be able to really push us on to the next level. He said, we need a big rebuild, so that's even more challenging than it was before. We're about almost everything aligned. Second step is to do it. Of course, you can have amazing plans, but you need to execute them. I'm really convinced there is a will there in the club. Everybody's really engaged to make things better. So it's clear that the plans are in place. There has already been plans made as to what needs to happen off the field and on the field to get this club back to where it belongs. You know, we've seen already the club negotiating with Oscar Cortez's club for Lens and his agent to bring Cortez to the club. There's apparently rumours that there is negotiations ongoing with Brighton over the future of Abdallah Sima. We know as well that the Rangers have been negotiating with Levski Sofia over Jose Cordoba, the left-sided centre-back, very highly rated Panamanian international. Again, there is proof there that that has been ongoing. Reports also in the media today, very unlikely that we are to land him, given the fact that Atletico Madrid are also interested in him. But Sean Arias, who is a Colombian international, a number 10, has been targeted by Rangers, but apparently is more likely to move to Atletico Madrid. But it's clear that there are firm plans in place there. There are real, real ambition, real kind of a vision. That's what I want to talk about. A vision for the future here developing at the club. And it's something that we've needed since 55. You know, Steven Gerrard, in that interview that he gave, said that, you had to work on the roof while the sun is shining, something we spectacularly failed to do after 55. Something that Douglas Park and Stuart Robertson had a golden opportunity to really build this club back to where it belongs, back to winning title after title after title after title, and putting them back in their box. But no, we threw it away. Park and Robertson, absolute disgrace, threw it all away. But it seems now with the manager we've got, he's able to, with the work with, I presume, Coppen as well, working with the board, working with the football recruitment department, the likes of Craig Robertson, for example, James Bisgrove, to bring in the very best talent, to look at players who are going to come in and really develop this squad. Now, we know that Roof is gone. That was pretty much confirmed on his Insta story this week. Borna Barisic is pretty much done. Strong rumours that Lundstrom, please God, is going as well. Likelihood McLaughlin's gone. There's going to be a lot of change this summer. A lot of players in, a lot of players out. Now, Football Insider have reportedly said, and Football Insider about as reliable a source as the Sun or the Star. I often say about the Sun and the Daily Star that you'd be better off reading a comic like the Beano to actually find out your information. But they said that Clement said that Tavernier was a big part of his plans. Now, we don't know how true that is. I put a big pinch of salt on that. I do have a worry that he will still be here this next season. Personally speaking, it's time for Tav to go. He's reached the end of his usefulness. We can find a striker to take penalties, and I'm sure one of our midfielders, whether it be Dio, Cortez, Seema, Cantwell, can all have a go at taking a free kick and probably do it as well as Tav. And as for taking a corner, we know Dio can take corners. We know Ridvan can take corners. We know Cantwell can take corners. So, realistically, you can't keep building a squad with a dependency that your right back's going to come and dig you out of danger. That's not what you need for the future. Not if we're going to have these strong foundations that Clement talks about. And that's what's really reassuring, these strong foundations that he wants to put in place. And it's nice to hear that there is going to be a big rebuild. There is going to be an overhaul, and there is a stomach within the club to do it. Well, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please obviously subscribe to the channel. Help us to keep on growing. Your subscriptions are fantastic. Your comments are amazing. Your support is phenomenal. Thank you for everything that you do for the channel, guys. It's really appreciated. Myself and Lorah absolutely love reading your comments. Lorah will be back on the channel very soon. She's obviously working very hard at the moment, so her schedule hasn't quite aligned with the channels yet, but she will. She promises she will be back at some point. We will have the lovely Lorah Hatton back at some point. So, guys, please smash that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and as always, on the way out, 2 things I always ask of you. Number 1, please smash that like. It defeats that evil algorithm that lurks in the YouTube cave. And finally, remember always, never forget, we are the people.